This is Smithy.tv.
Yeah.
So once again, it's the Mind Reels. I'm Tim. This is still Sue.
Hello.
I don't know what that was, by the way. Still Sue.
Puberty.
And we are very fortunate tonight to have a couple of really young people in the studio with us. It's disgusting how young they are. But to my immediate right, we have Maisie Jacobson. And sitting beside her is Natasha Greenblatt, who some of you might know from Bomb Girls, but we're not going to bring that up at all. I'm more interested in the Magic School Bus. But
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my early credits. Yeah.
But you guys have a series we're going to talk about very shortly. Yeah. But we always like to start very informally. And this will be really good because they're so young. All-time favorite movie?
Or one of.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Well, my go-to answer is True Romance.
Nice. All right. I can back
that's
that
a good
up.
one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not a very sophisticated answer, perhaps,
Doesn't
but
need to
I just like it. I loved it so
Right.
much, and I don't rewatch movies that much. Like we were talking about this, and you do that more, but that's one that I definitely go back to.
Tony Scott.
Yeah,
Script by Tarantino.
and the music's really
Music's
good. The score's
fantastic.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
It was one of the first soundtracks I bought on CD, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to own that soundtrack,
It's a good
actually.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
I still have to see that. You lent me the DVD a while ago, and it's just
I
sitting
know.
in my room. I have to see
You're
it.
a bad friend.
Yeah.
Bad friend.
Bad-
I know, really bad friend.
Web series creator.
Bad seriously. Yeah.
That's a way longer title to try to spit out.
So, Maisie, yours is?
That's a really hard question for me because I feel like I won't say anything is my favorite, but I really recently I saw Good Riddance, which is an old Canadian movie. Yeah, Québécois movie, which was it's just something I've seen recently that I thought was really interesting. It's from the 70s. I thought that was really great. But
Nothing wrong with that. See?
Do you think you'll rewatch it?
maybe
Over
yes,
time?
at some point I think.
those
Yeah,
time
it
will
was really
tell.
interesting.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. I don't even remember the last one I watched now.
The last movie you watched?
Yeah, I'm working my way through like a number of lists.
Mm.
So, because I'm constantly seeking to expand my film knowledge. What was it?
Mine was Bears.
Yeah.
In the
It was a
theater.
comedy. Oh, The Apartment. Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I haven't
nice.
seen that.
So good.
So good.
I watched it like easily 20 years ago, and I didn't get it at the time.
Mm.
Whereas now I rewatched, I'm like, this is so good.
Jack Lemmon, what a gem.
Right?
Mm.
Oh, and Fred McMurray is just playing a complete douchebag, and which is weird because I'm so used to like Fred McMurray's Fred McMurray, Disney Fred McMurray,
Yeah, exactly.
and Ray Walston, who did everything.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at these names. They're just
That's
like
okay.
washing
Well,
over
I mean,
me.
please.
I'm like,
You're-
Fred McMurray.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, you know Fred McMurray.
Good old Fred. McMurray.
Good old
That's what I used to introduce myself as, like when I had customers who were really mad at me. They're like, "What's your name?" And it would just be Fred McMurray, and they never caught on. So I'm like, "All right, that'll win you." But anyway, you guys have a web series you're working on.
That's right.
Now, you guys came up with this together, or did somebody say, "I have an idea"?
Maisie had an idea.
I had an idea, and I had seen Natasha's play The Peacemaker, and I really liked it, and so we knew each other through some mutual friends and from camp actually, which is
Bless.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No response
We're
to
friends
that.
from camp.
so I know it's funny to like
We were in different, like, I'm a little bit older than Maisie, and so we were in kind of different
we're different cohorts.
cohorts of camp. So,
I see.
like, my roommate was her camp lead counselor.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it sounds really dorky. It's great. Yeah, we know
Awesome.
each other at camp.
There's a movie right there, by the way.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I had seen Natasha's play and I really liked it. And then I asked her out on a writing date, and then I told her this idea.
I need to use that
I
line.
want
I want to
to
So,
Yeah, and I thought it was a great idea. I mean, initially the idea was just something set in bathrooms, and then we both, and so she had said, did I want to come on board? And I was like, yeah, actually a lot of things happened to me in bathrooms too. Bathrooms are a place where a lot happens. And so we then started collaborating together and talking about what had happened to both of us in washrooms. And then from that, kind of creating this little world together.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Best writing date ever.
Best writing date ever. All in one day.
One instant.
Yeah.
Bathrooms.
Because I mentioned this right before we started rolling the cameras that, like, as soon as I heard the idea, I was like, how are you going to pull that off and not have it just be crass and filled with fart jokes? And then, I won't lie, through the course of the day, after I watched the trailer, which looks fantastic, and you can see it on their site, and they have a Facebook page and a Twitter feed, it simply stunned me. I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, yeah. And the more I thought about it through the course of the day, I actually remembered, like, some really tragic stuff that happened to me in the bathroom. I'm like, I had this huge breakup, and it took place through a bathroom door. And I'm like,
That's beautiful. Oh,
wow.
I'm sad.
No, it was sad at the time. I'm
Right.
Yeah, all right. Find out exactly what happened.
What you say.
Use it, and put it to good work. Yeah, because it was just a terrible. I was overly emotional. I ended up curled up in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And it's just so
Absolutely.
I'm like, there's an intimacy to a bathroom. Like, I mean, not like a public bathroom, but as you show in the series, like apartment bathrooms and stuff, there's an intimacy there that just you might not actually see in wherever else. So yeah, it's the kind of people laid bare is what I'm kind of getting the feel for.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the main things we're exploring. Is it's an intimate place that it's a very private place, and things go on that we don't really talk about in there very often, and it's a time where you take off your public persona, but you also construct it. So there's kind of like a lot of things that kind of thematically branch out from that as a setting.
And talk to yourself in the mirror a lot.
Yep.
And that.
Yeah.
I think also just the people who you end up in bathrooms with are people you have really specific kinds of relationships with.
Yeah.
So I think that was something
My cats, if you're me.
or animals.
Whether I like it or not.
We realized that at one point it wasn't actually a show about bathrooms, but it was a show about relationships that happen in bathrooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is it gonna...
You're like, thank goodness we had like a better idea than we started out with.
Exactly.
It grew into something amazing.
Yeah, because like I said before we started, that I watched the trailer, and it's a gorgeous looking trailer. It's smart. It put me in the mind of a couple things. It put me in my mind of HBO's Girls.
Oh yeah.
Which is meant as a high compliment.
Absolutely.
In case you don't like
take that as a high
Okay.
compliment.
And I mean, it just seems smart. I'm like, how old are these people that they have to seem a better handle on writing and dealing with life than I do at something. But it looks great. Now, is it completely constructed? Like, has the complete series been scripted out already? Do you guys know where you're going with this story? Or is this everything in the trailer, is it just shot specifically for the trailer?
No, we've written 10 out of the 12 episodes that we want to write.
12 out of the 14, actually.
Oh, 12
Yeah.
out of the 14.
Yeah.
Geez, we got so involved with making the trailer that we kind of set aside all of our scripts to make the trailer, but we are going back to the writing room, our bathroom. We only write in bathrooms. We've written 12 out of the 13.
Yeah.
I thought we only had 10.
Wow.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We have 2 more episodes that we haven't written yet that we have ideas for, but other than that, we've written all of them, and we did a reading with a bunch of actors, which was really great because we got their feedback, and so we have a lot of like really fun rewriting to do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, your character is a photographer or a wannabe photographer. Yeah. Now, is she the crux of the series, or is it and everything that happens around her, or is there like a huge cast of characters? Because I mean, I get the impression that there's a lot, but your character kind of seems to be central to everything.
I would say she's the central character, and that it is following her journey as the story arc. definitely it's an ensemble piece, and the other characters are integral to her life, I guess, to her story. So that's what it is. It is.
Yeah, it is
her.
about her and
Yeah.
and the people who affect her and how she affects them, and the relationships mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it always seems like you're cleaning. Like you either got a camera, you either got a camera and you're taking pictures, or you're cleaning
That's hilarious. It's just like hard. You just want people to be doing stuff.
Oh,
So,
totally.
What do they
Yeah.
do in the washroom?
But
And-
I think. Sorry, just to cut.
You can only
I think
read
it
for so
says so
long
much
before it's
about
not
the character,
interesting.
though.
Yeah.
Like, right off the bat,
Well,
it's like
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
she can relax and use a camera, although she's still hiding behind it because
yeah.
there's always that separation.
Mm-hmm.
But then even when like the shot with the guy in the bathtub and they're having that chat and they're cleaning the toilet, I mean that kind of says all kinds of different things.
Yeah, and it's also, I think, in that scene a bit about not wanting to just connect with him and sort of avoiding some
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
stuff.
it's the big 1 year anniversary thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be really good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, does nothing fun happen in the bathroom for you guys ever?
No, there definitely fun things happen in the bathroom. One of the things that I think getting ready to go out is a really fun experience in a bathroom. Also, just enjoying your roommate's company in the bathroom in a comical way is part of what we're also doing.
And I think we're also looking to explore actually some of the more bathroom humor stuff as well. Like that is something we definitely don't want to shy away from.
Oh, no.
It doesn't necessarily get highlighted in this particular trailer, but like I think we are looking to explore all the different kind of things that go down in the bathroom, and
That sounds so ominous.
it does. Dun, dun, dun. But like all that, awkward and embarrassing, and
Yeah.
so sometimes it's like hilarious because it's mortifying,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
it's So I think we are looking to explore the whole spectrum.
I'm put in mind of that scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh man.
You got it before your time, I
I've
guess.
never
never
seen
seen
that
that.
movie. That's like been on my list of things that I need to see.
I'm so old. Written by Cameron Crowe.
I love Cameron Crowe.
Directed by
Yeah.
Amy Heckerling. There's a immortal scene where Judge Reinhold has a bathroom scene. And
He's an actor.
Wow.
ouch. Yeah. So I'm sure stuff like that will no doubt make an appearance. But yeah, it sounds like a smart, fun idea. And you guys haven't started a campaign yet, but you're about to like kick one in for as a Kickstarter. Are you thinking Kickstarter? What are you thinking?
Well, I think that after we write the next draft, once we're heading more towards production, we'll get that.
Yeah, I
more
think
gear.
like Indiegogo or something.
Yeah.
Also, the Fringe has that new
Yeah,
one as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it right now, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing crowdsourcing, as everyone is, but
Right, but it's working.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
working,
Yeah.
and
I'll chip in.
aw, that's so nice.
I love helping.
Aw. But yeah, like the great thing about it being set in bathrooms is that it kind of cuts down on a lot of locations costs.
True.
So there's a lot of nice things about. I think one of the things that we like about this structure is that it is a limitation, and it's really exciting to be creative within a limitation.
Oh yeah. I mean, because that just makes you push your boundaries and find out
Yeah.
what you can and can't do, and
Yeah.
make something happen in a bathroom, which might not usually happen.
Yeah.
I think it actually feels like less of a challenge than one might think, though. I think because I have had so many important life moments in bathrooms, and I think Natasha has too, and we've talked about them a lot, and it feels like less of a limitation even than we thought it would.
And whenever we talk to people about it, like you, they always
Yeah.
have like, oh, and then this one time,
Yeah.
There was that. No, wait. See, now I just flashed
As
on
soon as
another
you
one.
talk about it, it's like your brain starts going like,
Two.
oh yeah, bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much.
Yeah. And we were definitely going to explore public washrooms as well, like that.
Ah.
You have to.
Oops.
I think we're also just interested in bodies and how people feel about their bodies, and particularly how young women feel about their bodies, and how young men feel about their bodies. But I think that that is really just brought to our attention when we're in the bathroom in a lot
Yeah.
of different ways, like in terms of self-harm and self-care and
it's totally different if you're by yourself in the bathroom versus when
Yeah.
somebody walks in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who that person is. If it's
Yeah.
mom, if it's like
Exactly.
somebody you're dating,
Really?
if it's
Your
just
mom
like
walked
a
in
sibling.
your bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have to be like doing anything in there. I can be brushing my teeth
hanging
and people
out.
can come in. I
Well-
don't need to be private the whole time.
Absolutely, and there's definitely a mom character in Flash
Who
that
comes
who
right
comes
up.
right on in.
Really?
Who just opens the door and comes right on in. So
Ah.
It's awesome.
it's one of my favorite actually literary bathroom scenes is from Franny and Zoe when the mom just walks right in and he's taking a bath and she just sits in and like starts smoking and chatting with him for like 25 pages.
As the bubbles start to dissipate.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I always lock the door. Right there.
That's convenient if you have a lock.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's weird enough having my cats come into the bathroom. Great, but now I've thought of two major events that happened in
We
my
wanted
life.
a
Yeah, what
second
are they?
one. Well, the first
there
one
was the breakup, and then this one's a little darker. So
Okay, yeah. we're ready.
I there was a time where Tim was I battle with depression.
Mhm.
So, and there was what was it like 93, 94, and I was as close to rock bottom as one ever gets. And we had actually broken the plastic case of the razor, so you get the blade and the whole 9 yards. And I was that close,
Yeah.
and I just sat there and said, "Really?
Yeah.
Wow, we got dark there, boys.
That's a
Thanks
life-
for tuning in."
That's a life.
But yeah,
altering
it totally
moment.
was.
Yeah.
And I honestly had completely forgotten about it until we started talking about
Wow.
things that happen in bathrooms. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm much better now.
Yeah, but we definitely. I mean, we are dealing with some mental health issues in the
yeah.
series too, and that's something that we feel is really important to talk about. I think that whole idea of these things that go on in these private spaces that can have a layer of shame or taboo or fear around speaking them, and those are things we really would love to speak about.
Totally.
Yeah.
yeah, that's really important to us.
And just and this, I don't want it to sound sexist. It very well might sound sexist. It's not meant sexist. I love the fact that it's two young women doing this. That you guys are getting out there, you're writing it, you're creating it, all of that. I think that's brilliant because there's not enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, we like that. We feel that way too.
there really
If
is.
it was guys, it would be fart jokes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
fart
I
jokes.
I like fart jokes too.
Yeah, yeah. There will be fart. Well, I don't think there's actually any fart
There
jokes.
aren't
There's
fart
some poo
jokes.
and pee.
Things will get a little gross at some point.
Things will get gross.
Yes, they do.
Tastefully
Absolutely.
gross.
Kind of sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Tastefully
Yeah,
gross.
it's true.
But it's true. I love the fact that you guys are out there and you're doing this because it doesn't seem. Although we've spoken with some other guests on the show, and it doesn't seem to be as big a problem in Canada as say stateside, where there's not enough women making films, writing films, you know, and there are excellent roles for women in Canadian television and film, and of course creating roles for web series and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys see that as a problem here? Or?
I think statistically it is still a problem
Right.
because I remember when I was doing Bomb Girls, it was actually quite groundbreaking in terms of how many female people were in the writing room and in like directing and it was statistically it was kind of above and beyond what the norm is. So I think it's still a problem. I think it's still something that that we're fighting against, which is just that guys have historically been the storytellers, and so yeah, that's something that's really important to us. And
Oh yeah.
And I think also we had to kind of decide to give ourselves permission to just make it happen.
Yeah.
At least for me
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like I think especially because I had never directed anything before. This was the first time I ever directed anything, and to sort of just decide that I was going to do it and that I could do it if I decided I could do it was, I think, a really important thing. And a hard thing to do as a woman still, unfortunately.
Wow.
But
It's true. I mean, there's like the step of making the decision, but because we all sit around and go like, oh, you know, we should do this, or this would be a cool idea. Somebody should do it. It's like, why not you?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And with the indie world being the way it is now, like, there's so many more opportunities for people to just go like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna do a web series. I mean, we
Yeah.
even talk about stuff too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
It'll totally happen.
You guys
Especially
got
after
this
my
really
just gotta get some
courses.
sleep.
You guys got this cool talk show. That's really pretty
It's
awesome.
pretty good. Yeah. But we keep touring. We broke a story idea a while ago, and it's just, you know, we've even got like some tentative cast members. It just
Cool.
needs to get. We need to sit down and write it. We know what happens. We just have to write it.
Yeah.
But there's always something else
Yeah.
going on right now.
Yeah.
It's like writing a book too. It's like, yeah, I got this great idea for a book, but then like, how many people actually sit down and write it? Even like
right.
a first draft, get all the way through it.
That was what was great about having each other, I think, was that, you know, giving each other deadlines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was so
totally.
important.
You don't want to
Yeah.
let the other person down. at
Yeah,
all.
you're like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, we owe each other a scene by this date, and if you
Yeah.
don't, then you're kind of like, we sometimes, like, either one of us would kind of, like, drop the ball, but
Yeah.
having the other one not drop that ball would kind
Yeah.
of make,
Yeah.
you know, just keep us hooked in, so it was,
Yeah.
it is great to have a writing partner.
You go into the bathroom and write, and don't come out.
Now, which brings up a great question. How do you guys write? I mean, what's your writing process? Do you like? I mean, as an example, when I write, I'll find a soundtrack or a score that has the kind of music that I want to use for the emotion for that day. So I will, you know, I'll put on like John Williams or something and just write to John Williams because it'll get me in the mindset for what I'm telling in the story. Now, do you guys write in silence? Do you chat with one another while you write? How do you guys do it?
It really depends. I think I like to not write at home, which is
Okay.
I wish I could write at home, but I don't seem to be able to concentrate very well at home. So I like to
So
go.
many distractions.
I know. Yeah, and the internet's a really
Yeah.
difficult distraction. But I like working in libraries and cafes
Okay.
a lot.
That
Yeah.
seems to be actually a popular answer is cafes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we work together, we work in Natasha's kitchen.
Yeah.
Pretty
a lot
much
of
always.
flesh
And
was
Oh, the
drink
kitchen's
tea.
a good one too.
Right next to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all very close. But I really liked the way we worked together because we would each write a scene and then kind of show each other, but then we would give each other feedback. And then there was a few scenes that we co-wrote completely together, just doing it. So there was a nice back and forth of processes
Nice.
Cool.
in that way. That was really fun.
Cool.
Did you learn a lot when you did read-throughs? So like how things sounded when it's actually coming out of someone else's
Huge.
mouth and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do, and because I come from the theater world, so it's something that happens all the time. You know, it's a very normal thing to have happen, and workshopping things with actors and getting feedback and responding. And I think it's a bit. I know it happens in film as well,
Yeah.
but it's a bit of a less of a common practice, I think. Or
Yeah,
maybe-
you have less time, I guess. From
Yeah, but generally, I mean, actors just want to be acting, which is something that I know as an actor. So you could ask them to just come to your house, and if you give them some beer and like some snacks, they're gonna be like super stoked to read your thing. So that was something that was so great that we did, because not only did it help us with the writing process, but we just lucked out with the actors that we chose for the reading, and they're the actors that we completely want to continue with.
Oh, wicked.
Cool.
So that was really, exciting. We were just like, oh, yes, like, yes, like.
It was kind of amazing. We
Yeah.
were like, these people are the characters.
Yeah, we're like,
Great.
it has to be them.
We were really. I think also the actors we used, they just had such smart comments and smart ideas when we were doing the reading, and I think that was incredibly helpful too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actors
they were just really good.
Yeah, and it's just great because the actor will be fighting for their character. Like they want their character to make sense and have an arc that makes
Yeah,
sense,
totally.
and it's great to have that voice in the room because you're more thinking about other things or big picture things.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put the lighting? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's going to cater?
Yeah, that is something. Our moms.
Our moms.
Now, see, that just took me down a completely different road because I'm thinking, to shoot in a bathroom, if it was shooting in my mom's bathroom, she would want to clean it. Like, is that going to happen? I mean, How are you going to sneak in, and is it going to be guerrilla style and say, this is the bathroom, don't touch this. I know you want to touch it because it's on film. Don't touch it because it needs to look that bad.
Yeah.
Well, we had
My mom would kill
It
me
has
for
to
saying
look
that.
lived in.
Yeah.
We had an art director who was doing that, Amy Siegel, and she went in and turned Natasha's mom's guest bathroom into a student bathroom, quickly and amazingly, and she just kind of
awesome.
exploded all over the room in the best way.
Yeah.
So we had good help for that stuff.
With my bathroom, it was kind of like, I'm just going to leave it and not clean it for a little while and let it go, and that'll be actually perfect. So.
Excellent.
Especially if your character cleans all the time.
I know. It's really funny. I wrote a character that cleans all the time.
Yeah, that's you. It's like,
Yeah.
how did either of us
know?
know?
What that means.
Yeah.
Must mean something.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I should pretend I'm playing that character when I go home tonight.
Yeah.
I will
the dishes and
not.
stuff.
Yeah.
There'll be a documentary tonight. Hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Very
Which
exciting.
is technically tonight, right?
Starts
Opening
tonight.
night.
Starts tonight.
We are there for the next week and a half. Although by the time I think this goes up, it'll be over. But yes, we will be there. You guys going? You seeing anything?
Yeah.
My family really nerds out about hot dogs. My mom literally made us each a schedule.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's so cute.
Yeah, we really love it.
I just won 2 passes to Hot Dogs plus
Wicked.
a Walrus subscription.
Ooh.
I know, I'm so
I'm
excited.
sorry,
I did.
a walrus subscription.
It's a magazine.
Okay, I'm thinking the
Sorry,
seals
the
start suddenly
walrus.
show up.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I just it's just happened.
It's
so.
There's some.
I just won something.
We have a winner. Yeah, hot dogs is amazing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love hot dogs.
Yeah, there's some big stuff I'm looking forward to this year. I've watched I think easily 14 already so far, and just
Oh, really?
there's some really good stuff. If you get a chance, 112 Weddings, gorgeous.
Okay,
Okay.
good. That one sounded interesting.
What else did I just watch? I don't know. I watched that Ai Weiwei.
Mhm.
I watched that one. I watched
Dock of the Dead, did you watch?
Talk of the Dead was so good. If you're into
What's that?
zombies.
Okay.
That one about what was it? Something revolutionaries sounded really.
Oh
really
yeah,
interesting.
I think I've got that one marked to see.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that one.
I want to see the Big Bird one. I won't lie. Big
Hmm.
Bird. And Alice Cooper.
And George
And
Takei.
George Takei. Yeah. Those are the big.
And there's that one about the guy the showrunner for Community.
Oh, Harmontown.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That one sounds really good too.
Yeah, I think I'll be seeing that on Sunday.
There's so many.
Yeah,
you see.
Yeah, it's really overwhelming. I
I
haven't
know.
even quite.
How am I supposed to
yeah.
work full time, man?
Yeah.
Mm. Which leads us to a nice question. How do you guys unwind? What do you guys do to relax? I mean, if you're writing all the time, figuring out what to, how to get the series off the ground, how do you guys relax? Uh-oh.
I like to read.
Oh.
I like to watch good TV and good movies.
Define good TV.
Should I tell you what I've been watching?
Do it.
I stuff I like.
I'm really excited about Broad City.
I don't know
Have you
this
guys
one.
seen that?
I haven't seen it at all.
It's on the comedy. It's a Comedy Central show.
Okay.
It actually started out as a web series made by 2 young women,
Oh.
and Amy Poehler found them
Oh, wicked.
and is producing
Put it
their
in my
series.
phone.
Yeah, it's
Broad.
Broad
it's
City,
awesome.
yeah.
It's really, really funny. It's
Okay.
really, it's kind of like stoner humor, and it's a bit gross, but it's really smart, and it's really, it's really, and it really, it tells the story of their friendship almost as a love story, which I think is really
Cool.
wonderful. But it's really fun. It's amazing. That's what
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Fair
right now.
enough.
In terms of what
Yeah, it's super exciting. I love that
Yeah.
show.
Hadn't even heard of it. Sue will be caught up by noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should do tonight instead of washing your
Yes,
dishes.
those dishes. I'll feed the cats.
No, but yeah, and Natasha, what do you do to
What do I
unwind?
do to unwind?
I mean, because it sounds like you guys are very, your brains are going all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to be quite busy because I'm also doing other things too, I assistant directed a show for a play
Wicked.
called Beatrice and Virgil that's playing at the Factory Theater right now.
Very cool.
So what do I don't even know. I cook dinner with my friends. I have dinner
See?
parties. I really like.
You drink tea in your
I
kitchen.
drink tea in my kitchen. I
Sleep.
I sleep. Sometimes I go out dancing, like last night.
You crazy kids.
Yeah, I don't know. The huge.
I love how that is now like the mainstream phrase for the usual.
The
We're just
usual.
using-
Everything though, obviously, obs.
Socially acceptable.
Totes.
now.
Yeah. Totes.
Yeah.
Totes.
I will not
Yeah.
like that. I will not. That's not true. For sure. That is I'm very excited about this, so I want you guys to hurry up and get out there and shoot this so I can watch it. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
want
just for
that
me,
too.
obviously.
We're pretty
but
excited about it too.
Yeah.
it looks-
We're gonna spend the summer working on the scripts
Wicked.
and then aim to shoot it next winter. Is our
Cool.
plan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah, if you're gonna be in a bathroom most of the time, it may as well.
Might
be
as
when
well be
the weather's
winter.
crappy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right next to the kitchen where there's food and tea,
Love tea.
right?
Love coffee. Love all
No.
the beverages.
I love all the beverages.
All the beverages. So, the website is, I can't remember the exact name of the website.
It is www.fleshtheseries.com, and that'll take you to our YouTube page that has the trailer
The
on
trailer,
it.
the 3-minute, 16-second trailer.
That's right.
Really good trailer because it looks great. It does. I thought like literally you would shot everything already and
I know,
already
yeah.
cut it.
People
It
are
looks
like, oh, so
fantastic.
you've
Yeah.
shot all this. And we're like, no.
No.
We had a really good director of photography, Cameron Bryson,
Mhm.
and we were so thankful that he was just able to come in and make it look beautiful.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
He's an incredible. Not only is he a really great DOP, but he was also a great collaborator in terms of
Yeah.
us being first-time directors and
Mhm.
producers, and so like storytelling. Just he was a really great collaborator on how to
Nice.
help tell the story. So
Very patient.
yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Now, when it goes to series though, when she's directing, are you going to be able to distance yourself from the friendship and just say, okay, I'm an actor in this scene, and I won't be worried about the tallying costs of the producer stuff over there. I'm
Right.
just going to focus on.
It's a good question. We've certainly discussed it because it's tough. Like tough to let go as collaborators
Mhm.
in the writing room and collaborators as producers, and
Yeah.
and certainly we're both kind of like, I don't know, showrunners or like creators. But because I decided to act in it, there does have
Yeah.
to be a moment where that just falls away. But our idea is to have a rehearsal day where we can really collaborate,
Okay.
and then once it gets to shooting, to just, have it be actor, director.
Nice.
And I
trust
think-
the director.
And Natasha has so much experience with actors in the theater, so I think that will really, really help for that part of the process. And I think I have so much to learn from her in that part of the process, so I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
really fun to. I think I really want this to be a thing that doesn't get rushed. I feel like sometimes TV is so fast,
Yeah.
and that's because there's so much money, and but in a way, kind of getting outside of that system allows us maybe some time to explore. So we
Sure.
would even have a day to rehearse, which is not
Yeah.
very common in television, and that we can experiment and play, and then of course all that changes too when you're shooting, but that's supporting it is really exciting.
Cool.
Yeah,
Now,
that's our hope.
I didn't even. This one, I had it and then it slipped and then it came back. So that's probably not a huge question. But how long is each episode going to run? Is it like, are we talking like 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Like how long's an episode?
We're sort of in the 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, so
window.
Cool.
Yeah.
it's like one of those ones that somebody could go and watch on a coffee break kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're thinking of them as like short stories that tell a bigger story.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Almost like a mini series, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of talked about that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But we like, that each of them is also a short story or a short film, that each of them is its own.
So they can stand alone,
They
but
can stand
when watched
alone.
together, it makes
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like to think of them as a short stories that make up a novel. I don't know. That's how I have it.
No, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a common theme or whatever, and
Yeah.
character arcs, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to say watch episode 1 You could come in at episode 4 or 5 and
Yeah.
still kind of get you. But
Yeah.
you'd want to go back and watch
You want-
everything.
yeah.
I think also because the show takes place over a pretty long period of time. It takes place over about 4 years.
Cool.
So I think also that we really do need them to stand alone as well because they're in such different times and places, and I think that that's important too for that.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say my bathroom has not changed a lot in 4 years.
Well, it's also yours has. Yours has.
Yeah.
Not how long have I been in the bathroom, but that.
No, mine is not.
Well, and this show takes place over the span of 4 years that are very transitional years because it's
Okay.
the end of high school to the end of university.
Oh yeah.
So it's times where you're moving, you're in many different bathrooms. Like we imagine, in a way, every year she's living in a new place. So,
I did.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
somewhere. No, I moved every year. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, I did too.
I moved only twice.
I know. I was like, how long have I been in my
Right.
place now?
2.
It's close.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. It's been a while since I lived somewhere for more than.
Yeah, I've hardly ever lived anywhere for more than a year and a half or something.
We're
Yeah.
such
Wow.
Just
Transient.
moving around.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, if you need anybody to come on set and like do a little write up or something,
Yeah, we do that.
Absolutely. We would
Awesome.
love that.
We're getting good at that.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. As a few shows will attest to happily, including Bomb Girls. Thank you very much.
Great.
But yeah, it was fantastic. You got. I'm so eager to see this
Mm.
because, like I said, the trailer looks gorgeous, and again, not meant in a bad way. You would not be able to tell that you're a first-time director from the footage I saw. You wouldn't be able to tell that.
No.
Everything
really
looks
did a
totally
extraordinary
professional.
job.
It looks, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, and it started me thinking, I could do that.
She took to it. It was funny, like, she just sort of, I just saw you kind of expand and, like, just love it so much.
I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah.
so fun.
It was really
I
the most
did.
beautiful thing just to see, and I don't know, maybe this is embarrassing, but the fact that you were like, I think that might have been the best day of my life, like after
Yeah.
the first day that
Wow.
you directed.
It was one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, you're like
definitely.
That's so cool.
Because you were doing the thing that you loved, and it was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and sometimes you think you love something, but then you do it and you're like, oh God, this is not the thing for me. But the fact that you had wanted, you didn't even necessarily know you wanted to direct, and then
Yeah.
you did it, and you just, and it went well, and
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's
It was
good
exciting.
actors.
that was like, but yeah, and just like, you got so into it. One time we were in one of my mother has 3 bathrooms, which is why the first day was
As
all
you
there.
do.
But we were in one of the bathrooms, and Maisie was like in the corner, like crouched up there, and just like a little gremlin.
Yeah.
She's like
Just
like
so
left
creepy
her
in
body
the corner.
so dedicated to watching
Yeah.
and so excited. It was very cute.
We had a lot of moments.
That's fantastic.
But it was really cool to see Natasha embody this character that we had both created, because it was just so right. She just was the character in such an amazing way, and I think we were so lucky with our actors. We really were.
Yeah, Bahia Watson, who plays Eliza, my character's best friend,
Okay.
is easily one of my favorite young theater actors out there. She's been in some productions that have just been really mind-blowing, and is continuing to do that, and writes her own work, does her own solo shows as well in the theater world. I think she does some film and TV, but she's definitely one of the kind of major young theater
Which
actors
is
out
one of
there.
the areas we still have yet to kind of completely breach, because we do Canadian TV, we do Canadian film. We're slowly starting to get into
Some theater stuff.
because there's so much going on.
Yeah,
All the
Toronto has
time.
an incredible theater scene. And Nadeem, who played the boyfriend, Nadeem Umar Kitab. He is breaching both worlds too. Like he does a lot of Shakespeare stuff, but he also is getting into film and television, and has done some really exciting new Canadian short films.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier about Imogen's film #Cold,
Yeah.
which Nadim
was also in,
Yeah.
and Cam also was the DOP. So it's exciting to also be building this community of people that are doing
Totally.
each other's work. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
exciting.
yeah.
I'm not that far from doing it myself.
Yeah.
Because we are, what's today, Thursday?
Yes.
13 days from now, I will have taken my first class in, we'll leave that answer out, and in a lot of years, I am taking film and video production.
Very
at
cool.
George Brown.
Cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do it since I was younger than both of you, and I'm finally doing it.
That's
So,
exciting.
yeah, I'm very stoked.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I totally get that sense of excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to be able to start creating in that kind of format again. Just yeah, because I want
Yeah.
to do that. I want to do that. I want to direct.
Yeah.
I see things in my head, so we got to make it happen.
You gotta make it happen.
Yeah, and I think
Because nobody's gonna do it for you.
No.
yeah, and no one's going to tell you you have to sort of just decide you can do
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me X amount of years to say, you know what, I am going to go back to school. I am going to learn to do what I've always wanted to do. So, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yay! See, happy story. Now, to follow up though, you guys have a Facebook page. You've got a Twitter page. You've got the official page, which takes you to the trailer. Is there anything we're forgetting about how people can find you guys and start supporting you when the campaign kicks in?
I think those are the major ones. We will be putting together a crowdfunding campaign
Wicked.
soon, so that will be people will be able to find that through our Facebook and
Excellent.
Twitter and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think those are the major things.
Those are the ways. We did have a Tumblr we were gonna create, but I don't know if that
Oh, yeah,
ended
that
up.
sort of fell by the wayside.
wayside. But neither of us are like major social media like
Yeah,
people. But when we were,
we're having to sort of rise to it.
yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna do it, and then you got really into Twitter, and we're
Yeah.
doing. But it's like there's some fun stuff on
Oh,
our Twitter
totally.
on our
Yeah.
Twitter account that Maisie put up, like really interesting links and pictures and stuff. So yeah, the theme of the bathroom is a great theme.
Totally.
It allows
Totally
for
is.
many funny things.
Yes.
We'll
Yes,
start
it
giving you your own
does.
hashtags, and then every time
Yeah.
somebody's in a bathroom,
I don't even totally know what that
Send
means
you
yet,
guys
but when we
pictures.
start.
Hashtag dirty toilet.
Hashtag dirty toilet,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the one we're going with.
I'm sorry I even said that or put that out there.
We'll be stuck with that now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my fault. So Natasha, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I know you're off somewhere like next week. You're away for like forever, like 2 months.
Yeah, I'm going to New York to intern at a theater company called
No
Soho
way.
Rep. Yeah, with their literary management. So it's
Holy
kind of
grief.
dramaturgy and just to see how they run that theater company there.
Wow.
And then Maisie's going to come up in June, and we're going to have a whole writing session in New York.
Cool.
And
That'll probably suck.
yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard. But that's the plan.
Excellent. And of course, we would be completely remiss to say, you know, you were totally awesome in Barn Girls. Let's just get that out there, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we loved it.
It was a
We
great
were supposed to
show.
have you in with Carlin, I think, but
Yeah,
you
I
were
think that's
away
what it
somewhere
was.
then too.
Yeah.
so-
Oh, I do remember
Yeah.
that. I think I was in Vancouver.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
See?
cool. Now
You were
it all
somewhere
comes
because
back.
we were like, yeah, let's do it, and then you disappeared off Twitter for a while.
Yeah.
And then Carlin's like, I'm just gonna call her.
Yeah. Yeah, Twitter is not my forte.
Natasha's very busy in such a good way. She always doing so many different things.
That's fantastic.
Multitasking. It's kind of how you have to be.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise.
I mean,
Yeah.
we do that every day now at this
You
point.
don't
Which
eat.
is eat. Says the guy who just had your Panzerotti before you guys showed up. Doesn't show at all, so that's fine. And Maisie's so good to have you come in and
That's very nice.
that you guys came in cold like this and had no idea what to expect and you made it through.
We did.
Thank you so much for having
Yeah, it
us.
was so great. So yeah, make sure you pay attention to the website, follow them on Twitter, like their Facebook page, and as soon as something comes up, you're gonna just watch the trailer. It's gorgeous. Smart.
Start there.
Start there, yes.
Yeah, and give us some feedback. 'Cause
Yeah.
We love hearing about what people liked or what their questions were or
Cool.
Yeah.
And bathroom ideas.
yeah. Tell us your bathroom stories.
There'll always be
Might
more.
make it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Absolutely.
Totally. That was fantastic. Ladies, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Sue,
Tim?
that was another awesome show.
Yeah.
We
We're
just
pretty good at it.
out of the park again. I don't know what that actually was because there's no real swing
It's
there.
like upside down golf club.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beating
Very
on
much.
someone's car, I think.
I'm gonna go home now and forget everything. So once again, everybody, thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next episode coming soon.
Yeah.
Thank you and good night.
And then we just keep rolling.
We're just
while you-
rolling while I go turn off the recorder.
So is it the whole time? Do you edit it or?
It pretty much just does its own. Oh wow.